I'm going to stick this right in the center of your table.
That's fine.
That's going to sound great. I'm going to have to listen to that like 3 or 4 fucking times. Welcome to the podcast. This is
just a real loud right at the fucking start.
Exact. Just to begin it where the door slams from the last podcast. Should probably do it
that way, yeah.
Go probably right about there so that it's equidistant.
It's still got to be better than the car, right? So what the fuck is that?
All right, lay everything out on the table. Once more for the second time.
This table's and you might.
No, it stuck really good the first time.
You broke it. There we
nice
go.
Table. Reminds me of my dad. I think it'll be okay like that.
Technical difficulties.
It's a little closer to me, but I'm quieter, so it's fine.
That's
yeah, this is nice. Yeah, nice house.
Thank you.
It smells freshly painted. Did you paint recently, or has it always just smelled like that?
So the roof was just redone not too long ago, so it's still got that new wood smell.
Oh, it smells. Yeah, it's got that little Home Depot-y. What if I take it off?
It's just a part of it now.
If I take it off, I'm gonna put it on your regular trash can outside, just to confuse her.
I started talking about how dumb was with whatever the fuck her name
is.
And I just kept upping the ante on how dumb I was saying it was, and she just kept agreeing.
You want to watch some porn and riff on it?
do you want to make fun of the album collection?
Legit love every single one except for the one that's really crooked. They're all kind of crooked, but that one's really crooked and it bothers me.
They were all straight when I put them up. That's just this house.
It's just this house. It wiggles. My house has the wiggles.
This makes for great podcast content, but just
Imagine. Walk
to that shelf and back, and you'll feel how fucked up my floor is.
I'm gonna walk real loud so that the audience can hear. Ooh, nice. Oh, you can. Is this where the beam runs?
Yes, you can feel where the supports are. You can also feel it right here.
No, I can kind of see it. It's not a lot of light in here, but you can kind of see it. Ooh, it smells weedy now. That means it's ready.
Everything rolls that way.
I'm sitting still. It's level enough for me. Looks like your dishes are doing okay over there.
It depends on the day of the week. The microwave is just there because we haven't gotten rid of it yet.
Sorry for making your kitchen smell like weed, by the way.
Cut this out. But my wife...
My husband. My jusband.
My jusband.
Oh, you know what we should do before anything else? Welcome to the podcast.
Welcome.
This is the Preacher Round with, which one am I? I'm Chick. You're Nace.
And I'm Nace.
There we go.
And I pointed at myself, just for clarity.
No, you pointed at me.
I pointed at you.
No, you said you pointed at yourself.
No, I pointed
at yourself.
It's like talking to and at someone, but I pointed at you.
Like with the little symbol?
Yeah.
Like an email address?
Yes.
At.
That's the shittiest intro we could have come up with.
Exactly, which is why we're going to do it again at some point when we have actually something interesting to talk about. We do need to come up with a fucking actual intro.
Yeah.
By the 3rd or 4th episode.
Right.
Maybe the 5th. I don't know. By the time we start uploading these, one of them, the last one we upload, has to have an intro.
Just the basic, welcome to the podcast. I'm Nick.
I don't want to do that.
No? Even just as a placeholder?
No, I don't even want to mention the name of unironically, I think never saying the name of the podcast is a really funny
Well, I just said welcome to podcast.
Welcome, podcast. To the podcast. Hi, podcast.
And then this is the end of the intro. All of that.
Okay.
Every time.
Yeah.
Just 40 seconds.
Welcome.
So we're just going to get 10 minutes.
You getting off? Welcome.
So just 10 minutes of sound bites of us saying welcome in different ways. Welcome?
We'll come.
We'll come.
To your podcast.
We'll come on your podcast.
We'll come in your podcast.
We came.
We saw.
We came again.
We podcasted.
We pod.
We pod-cummed. We cummed in a pod and called it a cast.
We're 2 cums in a pod.
2 pods and a cum. That's how you get twins. Don't stop repeating. I can edit all of that out.
It's a verbal tick I don't like. Not even just in a recording sense.
Well, fair enough. Still, you just I didn't realize how much of the ums and ahs I could edit out.
It sounds way more natural.
No,
we've got fucking nothing so far.
No, I don't have any. I didn't think of anything to actually talk about.
I've been too fucking tired.
Like, just read stuff we wrote on the internet.
Yeah, fuck it.
I'm gay. Man, I wrote that a lot. St. Peter gets to read your post history.
I found out I was gay from a journal entry I wrote and didn't know about. I came out of the closet.
You Gaylor-Durdened yourself.
I came out of the closet to Gaylor-Durden. I came out of the closet to myself, and I forgot. I rediscovered.
That's really how important your sexuality is.
It's so important. I forgot what it was.
That's how I feel about sexuality in general. Like generally, like I don't care what flavor of dick you like to suck, whether it's vagina or penis.
The clit is just an underdeveloped penis.
No, the penis is just
an overdeveloped clit.
Yes.
That was a good soundbite. Even if
that doubled really well. I think we timed that perfectly. The delay. I want to measure the actual delay in our voices on that.
Like 10 milliseconds.
Yeah, it was close.
And the last thing we were going off about was car wife.
I was blasted for that one. So everything I wrote in that, I don't remember.
I think it was vaguely connected to car father.
The car wife.
Car wife.
No, I think that purely came from my ass. Where's Dick Sword? No, that's Messenger. How do phone work?
Dick Sword.
Listen to me click through icons on my phone.
Yes, because you can control when you cough.
Yes, I can, actually. I cannot smoke weed while you're talking.
Only cough when I talk, and then we can disguise the fact that I had nothing to say.
That's why we're starting a podcast. We have nothing to say. If we had something to say, we would be on video.
Or like yelling at people with a megaphone.
I don't need a megaphone. I'm loud enough already. Except for. Yeah, no, like
because it was $50 and I straight up said this. In the conversation I was like, this is not an acknowledgement of my responsibility for the debt. I just want to know what this is about, and it was because of equipment that I didn't return. Even though when I talked to them at the time, it's because I got evicted, and so I had no access to get back to that box. And I told them that, and they're like, "Oh, that's fine. We'll just cancel your account," and they did. And then I got sent to collections for $50 for that stupid box. And so I said, I have no way to give you that box back, and I'm not paying this. Don't contact me again. And I never heard another fucking thing about it. It didn't even show up in my credit report when we bought the house. Because we had to fill out like a 2-page thing of like every single thing that had ever hit our credit and explain what it was when we were going through the loan process. Because it's FHA. And they were tighter on certain things. Like we had to...
because you might be black. That's a good bite. Anyway, they just have to find out exactly how not black you are. That's the best part of editing it, is having a complete context for a conversation and then making it about something else by cutting everything out.
For me, listening to it after you've edited, it's like listening to a new conversation because I forget everything exactly that was said.
Well, it's also that I've rearranged a little bit of it. I've moved some stuff around. I've clipped a lot out.
Yeah, you're gonna be doing a lot of that this time.
It's very zen.
Yeah.
You get past the first time I tried to edit it, I hated it. I didn't want to listen to myself. I didn't want to listen to you. Like, this sucks. And then I came back to it. Like, I woke up and I was just like, I'm gonna do that thing. I've been putting it off. Had a cup of coffee, smoked a bowl, spent 4 hours doing it.
My coping strategy. I know you kept sending me just little 2-3 second sound bites. My coping strategy for listening to that was I realized how much I sound like my brother. And so I just pretended I was listening to my brother talk.
That's fair.
And it took some of the, self-conscious edge off of it.
I remember that at some point we're all just playing characters anyway. That's just the character I'm on. This is the Nick for the podcast.
Yeah, I walk around with a briefcase anytime the store's morale just reaches a breaking point.
I literally just fell off the chair laughing.
See, I've never seen you genuinely lose your balance like that. You did say you shouldn't be sober for this last time.
Might have been a mistake. We'll find out.
You know what? This is, I get describing walking around with a briefcase.
Okay. Today at work, nascent chick. I don't want to talk about work. But
no.
The briefcase thing.
The briefcase thing specific. I'll tell you. Have a conversation with when. There, now you don't even have to edit that.
But who was it actually with? Okay, yeah. Okay, so the conversation with that's getting edited right out.
She saw me with the briefcase. And just seeing me walk around work with a briefcase is funny enough.
She got me with the briefcase.
Well, no, it's great because they see it. People see me walking around with a briefcase from a distance, and so they have to sit in that confusion for a while and just hope I'm going to explain
I love
it to them.
For me, it's not confusion; it's recognition of like, oh, you've got the thing.
You've got the thing.
It's just a big grin on my face every time I see it now. I just can't wait to see what weird thing you have inside.
Because even the people that know how weird I am don't know for sure if they're going to get a proper explanation of what the fuck I'm doing.
You don't need one.
And so I stopped moving it long enough for her to read that it said Wester eggs on the side. And everybody had trouble reading it for some reason. They read it differently. They read it like
see, for me, I wanted it so hard to say Western eggs.
Western eggs.
And the little E's on them, when you showed it to me, I was like, oh, those are the Eastern eggs.
Eastern.
Yeah, no, that's what happened in my head when you opened that box. That's how dumb I am. I had a whole completely separate joke to yours. Yours was dumb enough and weird enough already, and mine was the other direction. West.
So I sit it down on a display. She's got this just look of, what the fuck are you doing the whole time? And I flip the combination and I pop the lock and just show her that there's actual Easter eggs inside of it. It's just so many layers of reactions because she's already incredulous. And I open up and there's actually Easter eggs. I wasn't just joking. There's actually Easter eggs in it. And even more, what the fuck is wrong with you? And I specified, I know it's a W. I know it looks like an E, but it's actually a W. Don't worry about it. Angrily, other people had accused me of writing an E, and I said, the Wester Bunny brings pecans, and showed her the pecans that were inside all the Easter eggs. She actually was speechless by that point. It took her a couple seconds, and she said, how do you think of this? And then one of the cashiers walked up, and I explained it to her, and she goes, oh, and she talked about making a, what's it called? A hoozit. Some kind of pecan pie or cake. And I just go, see, she gets it. As if, it's a thing that other people already know about.
We both are, honestly.
That's why we shouldn't go to meetings together.
Never. That's I already never go to meetings in the first place, so.
I only went to that meeting so I had an excuse to sit down for a while.
I know exactly why you went.
He wasn't there.
He turned his brain off in that meeting. That's what meetings are about. Welcome to the Union Podcast, episode 1. Let's talk about how much work sucks. Do you work at work?
I totally included my idea of having a backup work option and then just see how far I get starting a union. And they're both like, yeah, fuck it, let's do it.
We all had the same. Alright, shit. Fine by me, let's go.
This is how it's... Just turn the preach around into actually preaching about unions.
Yes, we're reverence of the unions of Christ. With the union of Christ.
Not that Christ.
The fellowship of the ring. But it's the asshole. The ring we're talking about is the asshole.
The Fellowship of the Ring. Okay. One ring to fuck them all.
No, it's one ring to get fucked by them all.
One ring to fuck all.
No, to get fucked. To get fucked by them.
No, the ring is fucking.
No. The ring gets fucked. It's like this.
I don't know if this works. It makes me feel bad.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, I get hyper anxious.
I saw it occasionally.
Well, there's a couple... Hell, here's something to talk about. There's a couple very specific circumstances that led to me not wanting to anymore. One was the time me and my college friends at the time would just get in the car and try and find a good place to smoke. Every stoner's been there, just trying to find a good spot to smoke. Every stoner that didn't have their own place, or you don't have a place where it's just safe to do it.
There was a park next to my house as a kid, and I would just walk out into the woods behind this park and smoke weed in a drainage ditch.
Yep, that sounds about right. We were just trying to find some back roads to go down, Just a random dirt or rock road. Yeah. Smoke and then drive back to campus.
Absolutely.
Because we didn't want to get caught by campus PD. Granted, getting caught by regular PD probably would have been worse.
Kids, man.
Yeah.
You never think about the actual consequences, just the actual consequences.
We drove a little ways away from the campus and we found what we thought was just It was someone's fucking driveway. It was not a back road. It was a very long driveway to someone's house. And we were like, fuck it, we're already parked. And so we made a makeshift pipe out of a Coke can. It does not feel good.
I'm so old now. But also, like, smoking weed out of a Pepsi can is one of my earliest memories of smoking weed. Having a seed pop in my face because the weed was really shitty.
It was probably a Dr. Pepper can.
For me, personally, it was a Pepsi can.
So we get done. When we finally decide to leave, the residents of this house return. And we never actually went on their property. We were just parked on the road, driveway, whatever. And they stopped us. And it was super... Okay, so one side is a barbed wire fence. You know, a 10-foot clearance between the road and the fence.
Dude, 3 or 4 stoner ditches. I don't know where we are, man.
That's exactly what... And then the other side was just trees.
Yeah.
And so you could just touch the other car. The lady was like asking us what we were doing there, and my girlfriend at the time was driving, and she just goes in the most innocent voice possible, "We're just trying to get back to school.
We're lost.
We're lost. We're just trying to get back to school." And like the lady gave half-assed directions back to the campus.
The fucking mystery machine.
So we were going maybe 5-10 miles an hour because we were trying to squeeze past there. We hit a fucking pothole. Well, after this, we get out on the highway and we go home. One of the axles broke from this pothole. It didn't break all the way.
Yeah.
So we didn't know until she tried to park.
So wait, like...
We could have died on the highway that night because if it had broken while we were on the highway,
you'd been fine.
Like, crazier
shit happens every day, I promise.
So we get back to the campus and she tries to park and it just won't turn. So we're just 3 college stoners stuck in a parking lot with a car that won't fucking park. And we just kind of sit there for a minute, just sitting in it, just thinking like, what the fuck are we about to do? Her big concern was her parents finding out because, you know, they were still paying for everything. And we sit there for long enough that the car worked just well enough that we got into the spot.
Yeah.
And then that car sat there for 4 months. And she kept having to come up with more and more excuses why she couldn't come home. Because she didn't tell them she fucked her car up. Because she didn't want to have to try and explain how.
Car broke. How'd it break? I hit a hole. Why is that hard? There was a hole in the road. I hit it. And I was just scared. You can get away with that for like 3 months. But after that, like, you're now an idiot.
Yeah, well, at the
That's
time,
a hyper-anxious moron.
I was drunk on alcohol, weed, and pussy, so I didn't even think about how dumb it was that she couldn't make up an explanation.
I always hate putting pussy in a cocktail.
It just adds a subtle or not so subtle aroma to the drink. One of the other, the other friend, her dad actually got the car fixed because he found the part for her and came and helped us get it on a trailer. And he just flat out wouldn't believe that we were only going 20. He's like, y'all had to have hit this pothole going highway speeds. He just refused to believe anything otherwise.
It's way more likely that it was just previous damage.
It was already fucked.
It was already super fucked. That was the straw.
Yeah.
The proverbial straw. And that's just what happens. Sometimes shit's fucked up and stupid for no reason at all. Welcome to the preacher. Shit's all fucked up and stupid for no reason at all.
Shit's all fucked up.
I'm
and
Dick,
stuff,
and
man.
this is Race.
Dick Race.
Dick Race.
How fast can you come? That was the mail lady.
How fast can she go? Let's find out.
They're very efficient.
I thought a dick race was how fast you can get hard. Like, there's just, you have to be this long to enter.
So it's how, and not by just like a flat measurement of length, but what proportion does your dick grow by, and how fast?
No. It's a measured race. It's over a certain. Your dick has to be this big to enter. If your dick is smaller than this,
your dick must be this tall to enter this race.
Yes. The lady measures you when you come in. If you're not that long, you can't. You got to get out.
What if you can get to that length, just not before measurement?
Oh, that's also a disqualifier. You have to be able to enter the race.
Such oddly specific requirements.
No, it's really not.
No, see, I thought dick race was just who could measure their dick the fastest. I can get a tape measure down my pants in 10 seconds flat.
See, that's a dick measuring contest. The rules of a dick measuring contest are defined as how fast you can measure your dick. It's not about how long your dick is.
No, okay.
It's about how quickly
you can measure your dick. Accuracy.
Accuracy is, it's the secondary judgment. If you can measure your dick super fast, but you're like, I have an 8-inch
Well, it's like
penis.
a point modifier. It's not an actual metric, it's a modifier.
Yeah. So if you can measure your dick super quick, but you say it's 7 inches, but really it's 4.5, like most men. Took 2.5 seconds with a 6-inch ruler.
Yeah, it's not, you don't fail that metric, it just means that you get less points for the main one.
At maximum.
For every 25% you're wrong about the size of your penis, you were penalized on your time.
Penalizations. Penalization.
Is it called a penal
Penis
colony?
island.
Because it's a penis island.
There's really nothing to talk about. There's nothing in my brain at all.
No, I am empty.
Welcome to the podcast. This is the Preach-Round episode. What's the name of the next episode? I've got nothing.
I almost want to say just a whole episode of nothing would be funny, but that seems too...
It seems like growing pains. This is growing pains.
No,
this is growing pains.
We have to get through
the first 2 episodes before we can even publish anything, because what if we just absolutely hate each other tomorrow? Never want to talk to each other again after this.
What's funny is that kept going through my mind. I was like, what? Just in the process of recording, we just stumble across some...
Is it because my shorts are too bright?
It's because you said that you're bluer than me. You said your shorts are bluer than mine, and I cannot recover.
I'm sorry.
But no, this is shit we have to get through.
Yes. No, this is the hard part of getting through the first few. That's why I said that originally, is I want to record 5 episodes or whatever.
Yeah. Because by the time we get to the 4th or 5th,
and by the time the listener
goes,
if anybody actually listens from the first episode and goes through that, and whatever we're at, 3 episodes from now, we're still 2 morons talking to each other.
It's fine for every 30 minutes.
I was actually surprised at how much I didn't cut out. All those straw clicking sound. This squeaking fucking chair is gonna drive me nuts later. I know it.
This is this episode's styrofoam cup.
Yes.
I don't think it's going to be as loud though.
No, it's not. It's only going to annoy me post.
Because you're going to hear it at least 3 times.
At least. Maybe not. If I turn the playback speed fast enough, I'll barely hear it.
How goofy do I sound at higher speeds?
We both sound fucking
shit.
Chipmunk voice is always hilarious. Just do it. Just go back and play that shit back into it. It's worth doing at least once.
That's just how it needs to be listened to.
Please.
You should just set that as the BPM for the podcast.
Welcome to the Preach-Round with whatever we're called.
With Dig and Doug. Fucking out of names. With Corn Dog.
It's me, I'm wearing that shirt.
And Mr. Not Blue Enough Shorts.
No, they're plenty blue. Mine are just bluer. Jesus Christ. I'm sorry about the shorts. I didn't mean it. It was a joke.
Now, okay, just in all honesty, how fucking caught off guard would you be if I actually was mad about the shorts thing? Like, if someone just genuinely was upset that you thought your shorts were bluer and kicked you out of their house.
Are you kicking me out? That's actually how this goes. We come back at episode 3, like a cartoon that never happened.
There's no continuity. There will be no
zero.
Continuity.
It's
especially
a Simpsons
because,
episode.
well, depending on how much depending on how you set up your editing workflow, whether stuff we've recorded in one actually ends up in that episode or not.
Continuity could be really fun to fuck with. Especially, so this space...
I've got water, I've got blue Hawaiian punch or whatever the fuck it is.
I would like ice and...
I don't got any ice.
Oh, then wet ice. Water.
What? I confused
when the ice is warm, I'll have water.
Wet ice. So cold water is just wet ice.
Yeah.
And you thought my shorts weren't blue enough.
Wow, I didn't think you were gonna pour them right on your shorts to make them more blue.
It's to
or is that to cover up the piss?
It's to distract.
Oh, they're green.
I don't even know if you can hear me right now. It's to distract from the fact that my actual piss is blue, and I don't want people to know.
Is that because you ate one of those little urinal cakes? Yeah. I did that. I only did that once. It scared me really bad.
I drink real fucking loud.
No, that was I'm so glad I stayed quiet for 80% of it.
This is the quietest environment we've ever interacted in.
Yeah, it's kind of terrible. That's the worst part of this.
I think that's part of what's thrown me off.
With the light, this feels like a fucking shitty cop interview.
You're right.
This is great. I love this.
This is an interrogate.
So the title of this episode. Welcome to the podcast. This is the Preach Round with
Jordals.
And Shortles.
Oh, you get to be Shortles?
That's because I shit my pants. I'm Shortles, you're Jordals. You're the one wearing the jean shorts that aren't blue enough.
I mean, I've shat my pants before.
I saw a pair of fucking pants in the fucking trash at work.
Oh, that might have been,
Those pooties.
I will never be able to unhear that.
Can that stay in? No, if we take out...
Just Miss Pooties.
Yeah, no.
Okay. Jesus Christ. Mrs. Pooties, Sharts, and Shanties.
The shanties are songs about the shark. You get a song with every shark.
So, just composing a song from foliage shards.
Man, I wish there was a good solution.
Sounds like you combined, like, Jackass with Adam Neely. Adam Neely makes music from Jackass. No, not Adam Neely. There's another one Rob Scallon.
Yeah, way better.
Rob Scallon makes music based off of the grossest things the Jackass boys do.
This is the basis of our friendship is really our overlap in YouTube viewership.
Yeah, and fucking just shit toilet turd humor.
Literally poo-poo jokes.
Nothing but poo-poo, pee-pee, pussy, vagina. Pussy, vagina.
Pussy, vagina.
Pussy, vaginas.
There we go. We got 20 minutes now. Pussy, vagina. Vagina, pussy? No. Pussy, vagina. Shake it, not stick. Pussy, vagina?
I know. There have been actual usable conversations
No, I
between all this.
think the running gag of, like, us trying to come up with a good intro for the podcast the entire time is really good.
Welcome to the podcast with Dick.
I don't know my name. This is why I have to wear a badge at work, because I don't even know my own name.
That's why they give us badges. Because they run us into the ground so hard that we got no name now.
This is the Preacher Round, your union podcast.
Welcome to a podcast. God. That got real squeaky.
Stiff like a broom.
Would you like a different chair?
Light as a feather.
Stiff as a feather.
I was once. My dick was real light, but super hard. It felt like titanium.
Johnny Light Dick.
Buzz Lightyear and Johnny Light Dick. The born Woody is
born
there.
Dick Tomato.
Born Dick Tomato. Born Dick to Tomato.
Okay, you got Tomacos.
Tomacos.
And Todicos.
Tomacos?
Oh, that's a Simpsons thing. It's tomato crossbred with tobacco. I think that's a Cletus-centric episode.
God, Cletus. I say Cletus a lot, not in reference to that character. Cletus is just a hillbilly to me.
My biology teacher would refer to anybody he thought was dumb as a Cletus.
Same.
Specifically, he would say Cleti for plural.
Not same. Not at all.
I love that man so much because he's one of those people that could call you a moron to your face and you'd shake his hand and be like, yes, sir, you're right.
God, I miss
Yeah, okay. Imagine like 50, 60-year-old retired.
Yeah, no.
That's fine.
That's the only name we ever use. Now I have to edit every episode with just us from this episode saying...
I mean, are you worried about consistency and editing that much? Like, that level of consistency?
That is why I eat the same exact thing every single day.
You're saying this to a man who wears the same pocketed gray shirt every day. It is just the same shirt. When I said I have more of this shirt, I lied.
Here.
I'm so inefficient with I wash this shirt every day. And it's the only thing.
This came out of the dryer this morning. I only have this shirt and two others. I just wear this one inside out. I washed it on my lunch and put it back on. I let it dry out in the heat. That's why you smelled so weird.
I air dry my clothes while they're still on me to save time and money.
If it's a windy day. If it's not that windy, it doesn't work out so well.
It's like going to a water park, but without all of the fun. See, that's really funny.
No, it's awful. It's a shitty... It's not funny
No,
at
it's
all.
not. It's just... It's shock value. I'm a firm believer in, like, shock value still being funny in certain contexts.
My favorite thing is to just say just any abstract thing that's not even really for shock value. Just anything that takes the tension of that moment and just destroys it is my favorite thing.
That's why nobody can have a serious conversation with.
That's why I ruin every single conversation anyone else is having. I love drive-by one-liners that make a group disperse.
I do that to the all the fucking time.
I love that. It's like it's my job to be their manager.
I say something so funny that the conversation just ends, or something it's not even funny. It's just so incongruous with the conversation.
You killed the vibe.
Yes, I shoved my own vibe into my vibe raped their vibe. I didn't commit. My vibe did.
Again, we're decoherence. We are pure just distortion. All of the bad feedback. That's us. Every time we talk, it's just that's all they hear, and they have to walk away.
Yeah, no, they don't. Even people who agree with us don't.
We're so shrill.
Well, it's just because we will just flat out talk about how dumb even a specific individual is.
Those cute autistic boys sure are mean.
I have a feeling that's a good chunk of the store's opinion of us.
I am 100% sure that at least 80% of the store thinks I'm going to be the one.
I'm terrified of you, but not for the same reasons other people are.
No.
I know what you're capable of. You've done it to me already. No.
I told you it was. I thought you wanted it.
It wasn't that I didn't. Is that I really didn't?
Oh, see, you said really yes, and then when and by that time I was already inside.
He who hesitates.
He who comes first comes hardest.
I don't think anybody's scared of me. I'm just an asshole.
No, when people actually interact with me, they realize that he's just a goofy idiot.
So it's like you are your own stereotypes.
Yeah.
Like you project this stereotype of yourself broadly, but then when any individual talks to you other than
that place in Texas.
Yeah. Welcome to Joffers in Texas. This is the Joffer Cast.
Oh, Joffer Cakes?
Joffer Cakes. the most successful business in town. Joffer Cakes.
After the
will come in and kick out all the mom and pop pickle shops. Mom and pop pickle shop. I know I'm repeating myself, but I really think that's funny.
That's very
they'll kick out all the mom and pop pickle shops.
Pickle shop. It's got a real good 50s jingle vibe to it.
There's some more Jefferson, Texas cartoon shit.
Yeah, no, Jefferson, Texas to me is
it's our Arlen.
No, it really is. We're never gonna be as funny or successful as Mike Judge.
I don't think we have as much. Well, and maybe it just comes from just actually writing and paying attention to things. But I don't think we have as much of a tap into the zeitgeist as he did or does.
Do we not? We are literally blue collar working class men.
I mean, yeah,
living in the place that King of the Hill is about.
Okay, that's fair.
I passed by 2 giant fucking things of propane on the way here, brother. We live there. I unironically make Hank Hill voice all day because I feel like I am actually Hank Hill some days.
Oh, God. I haven't watched the show enough to relate to any specific character myself.
I'm
probably Bobby.
You are extremely Bobby. You are 100% Bobby. I feel like I'm somewhere. Unironically, if Hank was Boomhauer, that's me.
Hank Hauer.
I'm Hank Hauer. Welcome to the podcast. I'm Hank Hauer. This is
Dank Dower.
This is Bill's son.
Bill's son.
Billiam's son.
Bilson.
Sorry. Bilson.
Bilson Bones.
Bilson.
Bills. They
played different music today at work, and it got me actually kind of excited.
Okay, they play different music contextually.
Exactly.
But it's still the same music I've been listening to for years.
They played stuff from another radio station for 5 minutes.
They played 1985.
Yeah. No, they literally played a different radio station for 20 minutes today, and I got excited about it at work. It's like, man, I haven't heard that one in a while. Fuck.
It was weirdly comforting just to hear Bowling for Soup instead of the Spin Doctors.
It genuinely fucking was. I sang along to a couple of songs for once. And, like, not even in tard voice.
Also, just hearing Third Eye Blind songs.
Just flies everywhere.
I know.
It has nothing to do with your house.
No, it's
nothing to do. It's everywhere.
It's just the summer.
It's
just the summer thing.
This entire fucking Indian burial ground, man. We're cursed with flies.
The Giver, but for workplaces. Just the bearer of collective conscious knowledge, but for a workplace.
Yeah, you're union rep. Welcome to the podcast.
Welcome to the podcast. I'm Pickle.
And I'm Jekyll. Jekyll and Pickle. It's like Jekyll and Hyde.
That's just Pickle Rick.
Hey, yeah, I watched that episode, I guess.
The problem with that episode is not the episode. It's that people act like it's the funniest goddamn thing ever. And it's a funny episode.
Was it ever funny at all?
Okay, that show on its own, if you just... It's a funny enough show. It's a good cartoon.
So, I mean, I watched that the week it came out. I thought it was a good episode. Don't get why that became the meme. It makes sense looking back on it.
It feels like because it's so simplistic. The fan base of that show, the vocal fan base of that show is really different than the audience they were actually, like, writing to, I feel like.
Yeah.
Because that show is not smart.
No.
So many, and I even fell prey to that at first too. So many people act like the show was smarter than it is.
It's got a lot of it's smart in the trivia sense. I think that's what people need.
It's just as big of just a pop culture.
I think
machine, like reference machine, is like Family Guy.
No, I think that's what people think smart is. Like, I don't really know. I sit in my cave stroking my penis.
It makes people feel smart because I get that.
It's not even I get that. Oh, I know that thing you know.
Yeah.
We have the same knowledge about something.
I get any show that makes the audience feel like it's in on the joke, whether the joke is actually funny or not.
The joke lands harder.
We're just shitting on a whole bunch of people, like a whole subset of people for no reason.
Dear writers, I hate the way you write. Do it better.
Hey, that thing that you love...
I mean you.
Don't love it anymore.
Also... I am the biggest defender of you can like bad things. You can love bad things, like your wife.
And I don't even necessarily think that that your wife is that bad.
I didn't think so either. And then...
Still yet to actually meet the woman. See,
what
now
if I
that
just
would
lied?
be the real mindfuck. If you've just never been married this whole time.
I've actually lied about being married. I wear this ring because I made up...
I
made up an entire... fake Sonic profile with a credit card that belongs to some lady named Lisa.
I come over to your house and it's just a wig.
He doesn't need a wig. Have you ever actually seen his hair?
I know.
This man has gorgeous hair. I mean, except for, like, he has the same widow's peak I do.
Yeah.
But...
the widow's peak works on you because... okay, so...
It's going back proportionally. That's what I'm happy about.
Your head's shaped just fine for it. Hello?
No, it's just a fucking robot.
I want it to be... It's never a person. Hi.
Hi. Hello. That's how I should answer.
I wonder if they stopped doing the actual person spam calls because too many people have caught on and just fuck with them.
No, there's too many people doing fucking the scammer YouTube channel, Twitch shit. Just waiting for weirdos from India to call them and try to fix their computer.
I used to get the phone calls all the time about we'd like your car's warranty, but it was an actual person, and I would get them before I even had a license.
No, my wife gets those. She's never registered a vehicle. She's never like the normal lists you get on for that are like auto insurance. Anytime you apply for insurance, it's like they all get that.
I used to get a lot of weird phone calls because the phone. The first phone I got and that phone number used to belong to my grandmother.
Yeah, grandma calls.
Yeah, so I would get weird.
People.
I would get weird like, please vote for blah 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 phone calls.
Oh, was your grandma a registered voter?
Yeah.
Yeah. Never do that. Even though I'm on some fucking Democrat list, and some lady in my neighborhood leaves a fucking, like, she'll highlight the names and leave it on my door, and I want to catch her one day and just be like, lady, I'm never voting again. Ever. Because of you.
Where was I go? What was I talking about?
Piss.
In the ass or out of the ass?
Pissing in the ass of danger.
Piss in the ass of danger.
Pissing in the ass of danger is still...
Welcome to the piss cast.
Piss casting is using your dick like a fishing lure while you're pissing.
How... That's a lot of tension in your piss to be able to use it as a fishing line.
No. You're not actually fishing with your piss. It's just you're casting it. You're casting your piss like a wizard with a wand.
Okay, so do you think that in a pinch a wizard could use their penis as a wand?
It depends on what universe that wizard comes from. Like the Harry Potter universe, yes. Absolutely.
Now, the thing is, the spells backfire all the time.
Exactly.
So...
Your dick exploded and became a vagina. The rest of you is still a dude. You are 100% male, except for your shit just inverted.
Because the spell went wrong.
It went wrong.
Your penis spell.
Yeah, you were trying to make it bigger.
No, see, okay. That's the biggest problem with becoming an adult and thinking about the things you liked as a kid and just figuring out how to ruin it. The Harry Potter universe, if magic was real, it would be used for the most horrendously horrifying things. And not just murder. That's normal terrifying. Magic is in the computers. Electricity is this universe's magic system. How do they work?
Well, okay, so fields.
Like the sport ball fields?
Yeah, like a soccer field or a football field. Or a ball field, or baseball field. Is basketball played on a field? No, that's a court. Why is it a tennis court, not a tennis field, if it's a grass play field?
But it's not.
Sometimes
it's not real grass.
Sometimes it is.
I've never played tennis, so I don't know.
I played tennis once, and I broke my wrist. I'm making this chair worse.
Chair. It's fine. We want to replace these chairs anyway.
I would too. They're squeaky. You made your chair fart.
I can't squeak my chair. My heft just pushes the chair back entirely.
You're a very, you have a lot of gravitas about you.
Oh, so I got body magnets.
Fucking implants.
I can't use the Baylor no more. I don't got one of those heart things. I just put magnets in various places of my body. They said that it helps with balance.
That's why I wear my copper cockman. It's a copper and cocker.
So I like to go those little things that automotive shops use to balance tires. I just
lead.
Yeah, well I just take 2 in the morning and then
you should try fishing weights. They're way cheaper and they weigh them better, so you can get a more accurate dose.
And it really helps with your balance, both physically and your diet.
Oh, dude, that's called ballast. You can also do the same thing by drinking some ball bearings. The little ones, like they use in skateboard.
Oh, the ones that are just like
BBs.
You could actually just
You could probably use BBs. Or lead pellets. Anything that has a decent amount of weight for its size.
Just get
Mercury.
A realignment and balance your body. But like it's an auto shop.
That's called a chiropractor. They use the same exact billing practices. Chiropractic. It's like necromancy.
Chiromancer?
You're bringing back backs from the back.
Chiropractomancy
my back
is not a real sign.
Necromancy is.
Which is fine.
That was the...
No, that's fine, because
we had this conversation before we ever started this shit, though. It was like we were both worried about our longevity. We're both very nervous lovers. See, me, I blow my load real quick, but then I recover real quick.
See, I'll never get back... I can't come twice, but I can get back to a fighting stance.
Yeah, no.
There is sex in my violence.
There's a lot of violence in my sex, not gonna lie.
Would you like to see the window that we broke? Technically, it's not a window anymore. It's just 2 layers of trash bags taped to my window.
No, that's really funny. I don't think I'm ready to see your bedroom yet. Oh, that's good. Every time I giggle, the chair squeaks and it makes me laugh more. I almost want to change chairs, but it's so funny.
You're talking with your...
I'm literally speaking...
Talk with your back, not your legs.
I do. That's why I'm so tired afterwards.
The 5, 10, 15-minute bursts of stuff is fine, because we only need enough 15-minute bursts.
But that's also because we're usually working, and one of us will see something dumb, and then, hey, yo...
Or someone dumb.
Or someone will interact with us in a way that causes us to start riffing.
Yeah.
And
we'll keep going for another 10 minutes after they're gone.
We need someone else to start the vibe. Or something.
I need someone to just walk in that door. Ask me something.
We need a Kramer.
We need a fucking Kramer.
We're two Costanzas. We need a third Costanza.
Welcome to the
Costanza cast.
Costanza
with 3
cast.
Costanzas. I'm Costanza.
Cuz
I can't stand you. This is Costanza.
At this point, I don't know if you saying it wrong every time is intentional or just how you say it now. And I have to resist the urge to correct you because if I correct you, you're gonna double down or even triple down.
No, then I'll realize it and I'll start doing it differently on purpose. If I'm doing it incorrectly, if for any reason, I may not notice it at first, but I'll catch myself doing it at some point and realize that I'm fucking it up. And I won't care and I'll keep doing it.
Everybody has just like those 1 to 2 words that they'll just never pronounce correctly.
No,
And I think for us it's particularly bad because we intentionally say stuff dumb.
I've broken my brain so badly, so horribly badly that yes.
Like avocados.
I can't read things right anymore. I genuinely gave myself dyslexia. I say that jokingly.
You gave yourself a learning disorder.
A reading disorder? A reading disability. I don't have a learning disability. I have a reading disability.
I can read it I can learn it real good, but I can't read it.
Only if you tell it to me do I learn good. I can't learn it with the words. The words don't mean that.
I'm a visual listener.
I need to see you say it, which is why I can't listen to podcasts. I can't retain any of the information that comes out of a podcast because I have to see the person speak the words.
I read lips, not words. So I can understand you, but only if I can see your lips. Just right. I did a whole bit with about how have you noticed how much M and B are actually the same thing? You make the same shape with your mouth. It's just what you do right at the end that changes. And then B goes mba.
Mba.
And that's why mbop works because and B are the same. No, I feel like it is getting louder because
I'm sorry that I'm breaking your chair.
Okay,
I'm making this worse. I'm actively.
You're laughing the fuck out of my chair, buddy.
I'm fucking your chair by laughing. I'm laugh fucking your chair.
You're laugh fucking.
Laugh fucking is actually great fun.
And then he and I, while he was getting me a plate, just spent the next 5 minutes going beans. I saw him getting on this bike as I was rocking to my
Every
car,
time I see
and I just yelled beans. So he said, "Watch this," like he was gonna do a trick with his bike, and he just spun his pedals. And I lost my shit.
As someone who likes to do tricks on his bike, I would have lost my shit. I was like, "Yeah, that's sick, bro."
And he just spun his back tire, and I went, "You're a great spokesperson." There was a customer walking up behind him, laughing. Because I'm just yelling at... he's at least 50 feet away from me.
Yeah.
I have to yell.
Yeah. I feel like at that distance, he might not be legible anymore, and it's just a man yelling. But everybody's it's a joyous yell.
That was the greatest thing about is I never had to hear what he was saying to know it was funny. That man could make you laugh, and you never actually heard what he said.
Oh, see, I listened to every single word he said. The man could preach better than anybody. When was angry, it was the best moment to be like, no, I'll go out and dude.
Yeah.
Just smoke. I will hang out with you and just let you yell. Listening to that man just talk shit about everybody, one of my favorite people.
Mike has a particularly fantastic ability to just exist in his job.
I wish I could be Mike. That seems like if I could just I need to get back on some Xanax. Get on that lean.
I have to become someone else. I need your soul and essence as a down payment for the house I actually want.
Can I borrow your soul?
It's your house. It's your soul. I'm just living in it. When I say I'm on the same wavelength as someone, I don't mean it in any new age hippy dippy sort of way. It's just our ways of coherence align.
No, I mean we're louder together.
We're louder together. We make troughs, not valleys.
Oh God, sliding through a piss trough.
You know the light's not on.
What? Fuck ass. Trying to fuck me in my ass.
I never get you with shit like that, though.
I know, because
So-
you genuinely fucking got me. I was like, oh, fuck, really? I smoked that weed for nothing?
Well, and then here's the thing, like, I'd be like, oh, damn. But I wouldn't feel too bad.
But also, like, we just spent... How long has it been? An hour now?
And about an hour.
An hour talking about how shady this episode is. This is garbage and you shouldn't listen to it. I hope you come back for episode 3 of the Preacher Round with Dick and Race War.
Dick and race. That's all one word.
Dick and Race. I don't remember any.
I spend too much time trying to remember what I was trying to say, and so I lose track of the conversation I am having. Not my
Not
wife.
my real wife, but my wife.
No, when I'm talking when I say wife like that, it's not my real wife. When I want to talk about my real wife, I say wife.
I use the wife voice.
The wife, honey. We've been over this. The now honey voice is just a white man's Dave Chappelle voice.
It's lit. When white people do white people voice.
Yeah. No, white people doing white people voice is just aping Chappelle's version of it.
I do.
Because he does it so good.
Yeah. I feel like I've done... Every time I do my whitest white voice, it's just Dave Chappelle.
And I think it's really funny that white people, specifically, doing the whitest voice they can is imitating a black man doing it. You're right. I hit this table all the fucking time.
But also, that's dance. That's art. That's...
Yeah.
You've just described American culture. White people trying to do what black people did, but slightly worse. But they make it a commercial success because they're way richer than black people.
Oh, no.
No matter how many Jay-Z's you got, there's still like 10 Bill Gates.
God damn. So, what I was showing in the briefcase,
Yeah.
I showed the chicken. You know, the Western chicken.
Yeah.
And he said, so the W stands for winter. I said, yeah, you don't want Norther eggs. The whole table laughed their asses off and left. That I ended that conversation.
That's who we are. We are the conversation enders.
Yeah, that's a good trail off. You ever just start a sentence like 5 times with someone?
Only you? That's only something we share.
I did that.
That's only something...
I did that to earlier, and he just rolled with it. People have gotten used to the fact that I'm going to be weird. They might not always expect what I'm going to do, but they just know that
they know that something... Your humor has become known enough that they know that you're an abstract artist. One day you're just going to pull a big red telephone out of your pocket. They're not going to know why, but they're going to want to know what's next.
I can only imagine what I would have thought if she saw the briefcase. I walked around the whole store. I wanted to walk by her with it.
I don't know every time she really looks like she's
squinting with her eyes wide. Squinting with eyes wide open.
Safety squints.
I forget how quiet my house actually can get when there's nothing happening. My house is never this quiet.
No. My house is never this quiet. This is the quietest room I've sat in. Sorry if I'm being quiet. I am like enjoying the silence. I was. Thank you, freezer.
It's actually the fridge. Every now and then, go in the defrost, and you can just hear, like, it sounds like squelching. And just, the first time it happened, I was, like, trying to find what was leaking. And I thought, she couldn't hear it. She thought I was crazy. Once I pointed out what it was, so, like, she could hear it. It's just one of those, like...
one of my favorite things.
It was a background sound, but once I notice a sound in the background...
So
I can't unhear it, and it's just going to bother me. But I have weird auditory issues.
As someone, I'm going to tell you mine. Someone on my street, when I turn on my street, has some sort of ultrasonic camera. And I can hear it. Every time I fucking drive by this place. Even if my music's blaring, I can hear it. It is so loud and piercing. I think it's above 15,000 kilohertz.
So, how are you actually hearing it? Like,
I went by with music completely turned off. Radio.
No, I'm not that. Like, are you just getting a physical sensation? Because
No.
Of the
This is not a physical sensation.
Okay.
This is like a loud. It's a rapid beeping sound. it might even be like for pests, roach, whatever thing.
Yeah,
those just do ultrasonic pulses. It might be something like that. I know they make those for dogs, like bark fences and shit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think that camera is responsible for an extra percentage of dogs barking in your street?
I don't live that far down enough. I don't know. It's right at the end of the street.
No, don't record it. Just take your dog by the camera.
I have several. I'll take the blind ones.
Perfect.
Yeah.
They're like Daredevil, right? That's how that works?
Yeah. I spilled weird chemicals on them, and that's why they are blind. Not blind now. They see by huffing everybody else's farts. Just like Daredevil. My, you smell good today.
Okay, so just imagining like the Daredevil TV show that they have a portrayal of what his vision
He's actually just a blind pervert
what
huffing people's panties.
what his vision looks like, and it's like oddly fiery. Like it looks like fire for some reason.
It always looks sort of demonic.
Now imagine being able to do that, but with smell. Like
Everything smells sort of burnt. I think I'm having a stroke.
The shape of your face smells funny.
Man, I wish I had that sort of synesthesia. Synesthesia is one of those things that's always like...
I think a lot more people have a version of it than they would necessarily realize.
Okay, so I think it's actually a really broad thing. Is any two, like, in childhood, any two things can get correlated like that?
Yeah. Well, it seems to only actually just get called synesthesia when it's severe enough or a specific crossing.
I think it might be a Tylenol baby thing to some extent, too.
But, I mean, if you think about it, everybody has synesthesia when it comes to eating. Because
well, you eat with your eyes.
You eat with your eyes and your nose. It doesn't matter how good something tastes. I won't say most because science. But people will refuse to eat something knowing it tastes great purely because of how it looks or smells. And so, like, is that not synesthesia? The perception of...
So...
The visual perception of something means you taste it bad.
At what point is it synesthesia, and what point is it just one sense altering your brain in reference to another?
Well, and what I've just said is often used as a explanation for why synesthesia isn't actually real. That's just a thing. That's
synesthesia is real. It's a different no, you can't say just because.
No, I know. I'm not saying that's what I believe. That's just how it gets used.
The argument there is like, if you see something and it looks bad, that means you have synesthesia, essentially. But if you see a pile of poop and you correlate that in your head with a pile of poop, you know you don't want to eat poop.
Right.
If it looks like a pile of poop but tastes like a fucking chocolate cake, I still don't want to eat it. Not because I'm tasting shit in my mouth.
Right.
But because in my head, it looks like something I know I don't want to eat. Not necessarily because I've actually tasted it or even thought of the taste of it.
I wouldn't say I have
now, if I smelled shit, I would definitely not eat it.
Every season has a color. Winter is blue.
Or white.
No, it's blue.
Oh. Or like is it just blue? Like, what shade of blue? Can you give me a hex code? How about my shorts? Are these blue enough?
Bluer than that.
Oh.
Lighter, like how you picture the sky would look on the coldest day.
Like
but even if winter isn't cold, actually that cold, that's just blue. It's like, so any show that has a real bad blue filter over it. So desaturated. It's just a desaturated blue filter. Yeah. Summer is a lot more grainy, and I don't know how else to put
film grain. Like sepia.
Specifically, just I correlate it just with noticing one day just how much it fucks with your vision to come inside to a completely dark house from a completely bright outside, and you can see the motion of your white blood cells.
Yeah. Oh, your floaters.
Yeah. Anxieties
everyone has but never addresses.
See, I have anxieties that only I have.
No, there's a couple.
How many people in the world do you think were scared that they were going to have toilet babies?
Dude.
That seems like...
I wasn't afraid of that till you told me that. Now I dream it every night. I wake up terrified that there's going to be a little toilet, and when I open the lid, it's going to be my face.
I get retroactively anxious. I think about how bad something could have been, now every previous memory is filtered through that anxiety.
That's
not even a joke.
That's the human condition, friend. We're all like that. It turns out the monkeys were all wired the same the whole time.
Bad.
Poorly.
God
was a terrible solderer. Brilliant designer. He fucking had...
no, he's a great fucking engineer. Absolutely world-class, universal class engineer. But just skip soldering class?
No, like, he just had the shakes. He was coming down.
This is all that wine.
Piss wine.
God is a wino, so he's a great engineer, but
I'm fermenting my piss.
He's a real big picture guy. Sometimes the details ain't so great.
He's an ideas guy. He really needs somebody to rein him. He really needs a Lucifer.
So the Holy Trinity is really just religious version of corporate synergy?
No, corporate synergy is like... The more I'm exposed to it at work, the more vile the more terrible the reaction becomes to religious stuff, even too. Like, I've become...
No, it triggers the same...
no, it's meant to hit the same notes in the same flavors on your tongue.
You would have appreciated how little effort everybody put into doing you're supposed to do every time a manager announces themselves in the meeting. I don't know if you ever went to enough meetings to witness that particular...
No, I've seen... I've been to enough meetings to know that I don't go to them for...
Nobody did it the first time.
Good. I hope that That was the first store meeting they've had in a minute. I wonder if that went as awkwardly as No, just judging from the stories, it did.
She asked if anybody had any questions, and everybody just stared at her.
When are you going to stop sucking? You suck! Boo! God, I wish I had the balls to heckle my store manager in a fucking meeting. Or we'll just rehash the same old material we keep doing over and over like every other podcast does eventually. We'll just start there.
See, I don't want to do that, but I know it's just going to happen no matter what.
Well, no, that's going to happen. It's just... We were trying to get to that point so it becomes rote and we can do this every week and have an outlet for our funny.
Yeah.
I think we're really good at
one-offs.
What I would call our humor is improv without prompts. Like, all of our shit is just riffing off stuff that happens in our environment. And I'm sorry, but you have a lovely home. But I can't riff off nothing.
It's just a house.
Man, like, you got stuff. Man, it's clear to me that you like things.
Oh, no, it's because we spend so much time just staring at people doing dumb shit in the parking lot. That alone is enough of a kernel. There's no parking lot here.
Yeah, that's like 80% of us having fun is like watching shit. We are a reaction video type thing.
Yeah, that's been trying to put my finger on it. We have nothing to react to except for each other, and we're funny.
We're both autistic weirdos who react very poorly on purpose.
Yeah.
To fuck with other people.
So I feel like that's another thing. Like some of the bits we do at work is for an audience. They may not realize they're an audience, but it's harder for me to keep the intentionally awkward bits that we've done going because there's nobody to watch.
No, yeah, this genuinely, now that we're at a desk sitting across, this feels like a fucking business meeting.
Yeah, which is fine.
We need a stall. We need 2 buckets and a piece of cardboard to put between us.
Like when you eat too much cheese dookie.
That's really good. It's literally, you just shit out.
Also, almost none of this is actually funny now that I'm rereading it.
No.
What the fuck is a crotch extender? Yeah, that's...
It's not funny at all. It's terrible. It's trash. We're not funny. We're stupid. This is terrible. This is the worst idea ever. I quit. When I hit this note, make sure you riff this way. We need to know what notes do I need to play. What chords are you gonna play? I'll just sit under you. It'll be fine.
So just find a bass note.
Yeah. Just tell me what chords you're gonna play, and I will just play the roots. It'll be fine. I might throw some fifths in there. No big deal. I got this.
And then we just write that out.
Yeah.
And then fuck it up.
Absolutely. We don't even have to write it out. We just have to know when the changes need to happen.
Watch me for the changes. See, we're doing it now.
Yeah. We have to talk to each other, Chase. I was trying really hard not to say your name.
And then you just intentionally...
Dude, imagine if people really like these first few episodes, and then we get somebody, and they hate that third person. I love you, whoever you are. I hope that we put this out and it's successful, and the first 5 episodes are just me and you trying to get started, and then we find whoever it ends up being.
And
then somebody comes back and listens to this episode, and they hear me talking directly to them.
Dear
Hi.
viewer, reader, viewer, listener.
You motherfucker.
You.
I love you. And I'm deeply sorry that you're so fucking dumb that you don't like the new guy. Fuck you. I hope you're not listening anymore.
Telling the audience to go fuck themselves because the new guy's cool before we've even
Before there's
found
a
a
new
guy.
Before we've even released an episode.
No, so far this is just masturbation.
Good.
How much are you already editing in your head as we're going? None?
0%.
Yeah.
I'm not thinking about anything outside of this conversation, basically.
That's fair.
It's only on now to catch any spontaneous bits.
Yeah.
Like the end of the last one, where it's just a fucking cavalcade of just bits.
Yeah.
Sounds like you're going over a waterfall.
Also, I think there was something to be said about having the traffic riffing, like while we were driving away.
Oh yeah, no, that little bit where I was yelling at that for one of those for every episode. The best part so far for me is it's Sleepwalkers, not Skinwalkers.
Yeah, but that's gonna be the title of the episode, right?
Yeah, that's the only time I said it. It's right.
This
right
is
at
the first
end.
time you.
This is
said
the
that,
end of the podcast. Right now, this is the end. I know we've ended it like 3 times before, but this one right now.
Welcome to the podcast.
Welcome to the Preacher Round with Nick and Chase. This is episode 2. It's called Sleepwalkers, not Skinwalkers.
And this is the first time you've said both of our names correctly, and not as a joke.
No, I want to edit that and put it right at the beginning now.
I think that's...
Or leave it actually really at the end. No, I think that's a great ending. Even
intro.
with this part right here, where I'm going to leave this in, where I trail off into the extra ending that's for bonus listeners who listened all the way to the end of the end.
We're going to have more endings than The Lord of the Rings.
I like to come. I'm a big believer in endings. Happy or kind of sad. Most of mine are pretty neutral and slightly disgusted.
As long as at least one party makes it out of there with something they wanted, and the other party isn't dead.
As long as someone leaves satisfied. Maybe not mentally, but at least physically.
We have ended this episode several times.
No, but this is the end of the episode.
No, this